Fossil Lounge. Before I begin, I just want to say I apologize for the abrupt stop in uploads. I've been dealing with life and personal matters, so I really haven't been able to keep the motivation to keep uploading. However, I'm back and will continue to upload for my audience. So with that being said, today's discussion is about Jurassic World the game, a dinosaur mobile and desktop game that's interesting to say the least. The game is a mix of park building and dinosaur collection, similar to Jurassic Park Builder, which was released a couple of years beforehand. If you'd like, there is a video that I've made on that game as well that I'd appreciate if you could check out in the link below. Anyways, you hatch dinos, level them up, and place them in enclosures. You can also battle in arenas, but the combat system is really just a rock, paper, scissors based matchup. Nothing too complex or skill based for players that want, well, dinosaur collection, but it definitely gets annoying and boring over time. Now let's talk about the one thing that drags Jurassic World the game down more than anything else. It's monetization. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this, it might be one of the most money-hungry dinosaur games ever created, and probably the most money-hungry game in general. At first the game tricks you. It gives you a few dinosaurs, some coins, some food. It makes you feel like you're building this amazing park. But very quickly, the grind hits you like an asteroid. Suddenly, every new building or dinosaur feels like it takes forever. You're waiting hours, sometimes literal days, just to hatch or evolve one creature. It gets to the point where you realize you're not playing a dinosaur game, you're playing a waiting simulator. And the way to skip that wait, you guessed it, spend money. Ludia has balanced everything so heavily in the game around premium currency that if you want to experience the game at a decent pace, you basically have to pay up. And the worst part, even when you pay up, you're not guaranteed to get what you want. The pack system is built entirely on RNG. You might drop $20 on a car pack hoping for that legendary T-Rex or Indominus, and instead you'll get some food, coins, and a creature you'll never use. The odds are abysmal, and Ludia knows it. Even the battle events are designed with monetization in mind. They'll dangle rewards behind special conditions like, bring the specific dinosaur you don't have. Well, guess what? That dinosaur is usually locked behind a paywall itself, or stuck in a car pack with horrible odds. And it's not just about money either, it's about pacing. The game constantly gives you just enough to keep you going, but never enough to let you feel satisfied. It's like they want you on the edge of frustration so that paying feels like the only way out. What makes it worse is that Jurassic Park Builder, the older game, didn't feel like this at all. Sure, it had its grind, but it wasn't anywhere near as predatory as Jurassic World the game. Jurassic World the game crossed that line a long time ago, and it's a shame because underneath all the paywalls and timers, there's actually a fun Jurassic Park Builder buried in here somewhere. So now we've talked about monetization. Let's move on to what should have been the most exciting part of Jurassic World the game, combat. Because what's better than seeing dinosaurs battle it out, right? Well, it turns out, not much, if you actually play it. The first few times you see your T-Rex or whatever fight, it feels cool, but after that, the combat becomes painfully repetitive. It's basically just a cycle of block, attack, and predict what your opponent will do. What makes it worse is the power creep. To stay competitive in battles, you constantly need higher level dinosaurs. And where do these come from? Either grinding for absurd amounts of time, or paying for packs. So instead of combat rewarding skill, it rewards who has the widest wallet. And that leads us directly to hybrids. On paper, hybrids should have been the coolest thing in the game, but in practice, they're locked behind the same exact issues. Grind, wait, or pay. Aside from the monetization again, my biggest issue with the hybrids is that some of them are so ugly, stupid, or plain uncreative. I'm not sure who came up with some of these designs, or who allowed them to be published into the current game, but this isn't even genetic fusion. It's just Frankenstein's monster in dino form. Also, why are there so many hybrids? Like Jesus. Where is the exclusivity? We have a hybrid for a pterosaur croc, a Diplocaulus irritator, and whatever the fuck this is. Anyways, to unlock a hybrid, you don't just need one dino. You need two fully maxed out ones. And these aren't even weak creatures either. They're some of the rarest and hardest to level up, which means you're spending weeks or maybe even months just to create one hybrid. Or you guessed it, you can just buy the pieces with real money. It stops being about fun and more about who can tolerate the grind the longest. And once you finally get a hybrid, the balance is completely thrown off. Hybrids are just flat out stronger than normal dinosaurs, which, while making sense, makes regular creatures feel absolutely useless. It makes the game feel less like a dinosaur park sim and more like a race to get the strongest monster, which is ironic because the original Jurassic Park Builder never needed hybrids to stay fun in the first place. What's funny is that hybrids in the movies were supposed to feel special, rare, and most of all, dangerous. In Jurassic World, the game, they're just another grinding loophole, mass-produced until every player has an army of Indominus Rexes. It completely strips away the impact that they were supposed to originally have. So between the repetitive combat and the broken hybrid system, Jurassic World again takes what should have been its strongest feature, dinosaurs fighting each other, and somehow makes it one of its weakest. It's not about excitement, it's about grinding and paying, which honestly sums up this entire game in a nutshell. Before I end this video, I just want to say I am not hating on anyone for playing this game. I'm simply stating the obvious about the developers and the game's flaws. This game is, to me at least, extremely flawed and needs a lot of work. Anyways, I have more videos coming up soon, guys. I apologize for this not being the best video. I'm pretty rusty, but I'll get back into the swing of things soon. Please like and subscribe for more content here, and I'll see you next time at the Fossil Lounge. Thank you for watching.